Sangeetha, what CDP wisdom would you share with anybody who's just about to start down that path?
I think it's all about the data, the technology, and the process, right? All three have to come together to get the secret sauce. I would say it that way. Focus on your data. Focus on getting your data right. The quality and trust in data is very important for success of any CDP solution. Layer that up with the technology, which is the power of CDP, the power that it provides with the unification, segmentation, and activation, then you have a really powerful formula. And the third is the process and strategy, right? It's not about just having these two ingredients, but putting that together is how you coach your marketers, train your marketers, and bring them along in the journey. That's the process and strategy which will lead to the success. Having these three elements all standalone is really not going to cut it, right? Bring them all together and bring them in a way that it makes sense to the people that are going to be using this data.
Marketers have to trust. They have to be confident, right, in the data?
Absolutely. So, in our CDP onboardings, one key factor is it's not a program where, we say, okay, you're being onboarded. We come back to you in 3 months and say, here you go, here's your platform. It does not work like that. They are with us in thick and thin every day. They are interfacing with the data every day, seeing how it's getting loaded, being a part of the process. That is what makes it stand out, I would say.
I think it's also adding to that, it's the business, to Sangeetha's point, changing their process, changing their strategy, and then having the technology support that strategy versus driving from the technology. We're learning, the business is learning it's a strategy first and a technology under.
Yeah, that's very important, especially when you have all these different businesses, right?
100%.
Mary, I noticed in one of the architectural diagrams that you're going to use today in your presentation, you have a lot of first-party data, right? So you have all these businesses, first-party data churning around inside the businesses, right? But what about additional knowledge about those customers, those B2B customers? How do you enhance that data?
So we are bringing in some third-party data. We are bringing in enriched data. So we are enriching using a third-party platform as well as our own data. What we're doing in the enrichment is we're saying, okay, tell us what the standard company name is. Tell us what the standard company size is. Tell us what the standard industry is. And we're using those enrichment points because they help with segmentation, because they help with better understanding our audience. To date, we have not used any demo enrichment, so Leo and your job title and all that other stuff. Our enrichment to date has been on the company level. And again, it's to drive into improving how we segment, but it also improving our analytics.
That's good. Thank you both.
Thank you, Leo, for letting us speak. And thank you, Acxiom, for being a great partner.
Good. Thanks.